Okay, I wanted to go over some things on the real estate option in St. Kitts. I'm on here on the beautiful Marriott golf course in St. Kitts right now. This is in August, about the middle part of August, 2024. And I wanted to go over with you on the new rates, dealing with the real estate option. And basically to tell you, the donation option went up a long time ago, and then all the other donation options in the Caribbean, they went up in sequence. But the funny thing is about the real estate option, I went through the rates on the developments that were approved for citizenship through the citizenship approved developments through the CIU department, and I looked at the home program for homes that qualify for citizenship. These are individuals that got their either condo or house approved for citizenship. And the rates are actually the same. They didn't change, and they're actually the same between those two type programs. And I'm going to go over that with you today. So that's the nice thing. In fact, it's cheaper than it was in 2006. And that kind of floored me, knowing it was that cheap. Now, the donation option has gone up a lot higher than what it was, years ago. Actually, back in 2006, they had a bond program, and then they switched that to the sugar diversified program. And for the people that they were kind of retiring the sugarcane industry here because it wasn't making a profit. And so they were actually using that money to go towards those people. Also, folks, if you want to help us in this channel, we don't need the money or anything like this. The only thing I ask for is one thing, and that is if you will hit the subscribe button. It will help us get this video out to more people, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. That's the only thing we ask, because we don't monetize this channel. And this can help us grow a lot more and help get more free information to you like this, okay? Now, let me go over the rates with you. Also, if you want to go to and get more information, you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, now let me go through this real quick with you. The main applicant is $25,000, and for the spouse, it's $15,000. These are the government fees. If any dependent is 18, or actually under 18, it's $10,000. If he's over 18, it's $15,000. And this is for the developer real estate options for the minimum investment, which is $400,000 for the property. And this is with, any sort of developer that's got his development approved for citizenship, or for the home program. Now, the home program, again, if it's a condominium, the minimum is $400,000 for a house. Standalone villa is $800,000. Okay, but these government fees I'm giving you are the same, no matter which program you go in. Okay, now there are some fees on top of this, like you got your due diligence fees from the main applicant, which is $10,000. Each dependent age 16 and over is $75,000. If they're under 16, it's $0. Of course, you're going to have your legal fees on top of this also. Now, there's a few incidentals, like a few passport fees and stuff like that for the actual passport, bank fees for the wires and stuff, but it's not that much after that. Now, there is a what's called your assurance fees, which cover, it's like title insurance. It covers for the title to make sure if there's any fraud, it covers your house for the title itself. Works just like title insurance. And that's based on a percentage. And the easiest way to do that, whatever you pay for the house, just divide it by 500. And that is the assurance fund fee for that. There is an escrow agent fee. They used to didn't have that. And what that is there are only 6 firms here, and 2 of them are banks that act as escrow agents. And what that does is it protects you, because money cannot leave that escrow agent or go to any other parties until the total unit is either finished, everything's closed, and everything's fine, so there's no fraud involved. Okay, they used to didn't have this. They started it about maybe 2 years ago, March, and it's just a way to protect you and invest in your property. But the escrow agent fee would be paid by you. Okay, and that's a percentage. Typically, it's a percentage of of the actual property that you're getting. It's a real small percentage, but that's how that works. But you want that because that's going to protect you. But they actually require that, so you have to have that. Now, one of the big key advantages I tell people about St. Kitts, you don't have an income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. The property tax is only 0.20% of whatever you're purchasing, with a $29,600 US exclusion before that 0.20% kicks in. So to give you an example of how cheap the property tax is here, it's 12 to 15 times, listen, 12 to 15 times less than the property tax you'd pay in New Jersey, to give you an example, okay? So literally you can stay here and almost pay no taxes. Now let me just bring out a point to you. If you're a U.S. citizen or U.S. resident, any sort of income tax we're talking about is St. Kitts and Nevis, okay? If you're living here, and if you're a U.S. citizen, U.S. resident, you got to be outside the U.S. So long to qualify for the foreign overseas exclusion. That can help you on your earned income, but it has nothing to do with your investment income, okay? And that changes every year. It goes up every year. You can pull it up, just do a Google search, foreign earned income exclusion. It'll give you a limit for you and your spouse. It's over $200,000 for both of y'all if you file a joint return, okay? If you're from a high tax country like Germany, Canada, Australia, the taxes based on residency on your worldwide income, if you reside there, usually it's 183 days a year, most countries is, then you're going to have to detax yourself from that country. You might have to pay an exit tax to qualify. St. Kitts doesn't worry about that. They worry about only their taxes here, okay? But you're still responsible for getting out of that legally with either an exit tax in some cases. It just depends. Every country is different. You'd have to get with a lawyer, or you can work through us. We have lawyers in almost every country that we work with our company, okay? And then we can give you the information on what you need to do to get out of that, okay? It looks like to me with the new elections, I tell you something, this Kamala Harris is very, very close to Trump in the polls. But the key is if they do any cheating, that could turn over to where she could probably win pretty easy. If that happens, I think you're going to see she's already said she's going to raise the taxes. Most people don't tell you they're going to raise the taxes. They just do it, okay? That's not a way to get elected, but she hasn't learned that yet. But evidently, it's amazing how many people don't really seem to care. They seem to like socialism. But if she gets elected, your taxes will definitely go up even higher. I have no doubt in that. And they could possibly lower the estate tax limit down to almost nothing. I mean, it used to be years ago, it was down low. They've got to find a way to solve the Social Security problem, and there are other ways to do it other than to go out with high taxes, but with everybody. But it looks to me like that's what she's planning on doing. So you might want to have a backup plan. And I'll tell you something, if you're thinking about getting out, if you're a U.S. citizen, U.S. resident, you're better off getting out before those limits are reduced, because probably, I think somewhere down the road, they're going to make it where if you exit, one way to actually get a lot of tax money before people leave and relinquish their citizenship or their residency, if they're a green card holder, is to get them when they're going out. And they usually don't, that law comes out, they don't grandfather you. You have to do this before these new laws come into place, but you could lose a lot of money. The key is to try to exit. We just worked with a guy from a country that just exited. I won't mention even any of the facts except for he had to pay, I think it was around $9 or $10 million in an exit tax. And He wasn't a U.S. citizen, but this is the type of stuff. He made a lot off crypto. And then, the problem is it came so quick. He got in real early with a cryptocurrency when it was real young, but he ended up paying a lot of money out in exit tax. So you really want to plan this early. You want to be doing something before these big taxes come into play. And I see nothing but higher taxes in the future because of these huge debts that's out there today. But we'll see what happens with these elections about in 3 months. So it's going to make a big, big difference. But I would be having a second plan and a third plan on your agenda to try to get things solved early rather than putting it off and procrastinating later and then causing just a lot of money you got to pay out in undue taxes. If you planned ahead of time, you wouldn't have had this. Now, one other thing I want to show you here real quick right before we stop. We've got properties here. We've got 2 houses right now that qualify for citizenship, but they're real good deals. They're way under market price. One of them is just in the $500,000 range, and it's got 3,400 square feet. If you really want a deal and want to get citizenship, this is a great option to go on. And this is what I'd be doing now. One of the properties is applied to get the property for citizenship, but you can actually make it as a qualification that the house has to be approved for citizenship, for your deal to go through. But that should be approved pretty soon. The other one's already approved for citizenship now, but these are real good deals that have come out. So one of them you can probably get 20-30% off. You can see here, this is the Atlantic side here, right on the Marriott golf course. The Caribbean side is where those mountains are. On the other side of there, you can literally walk over there, be there in 20 minutes, just walking. And this is the most calmest day as far as the wind goes. Usually you got a lot of wind out here, but we're in August. So in August and September, you don't have as much wind out here. But folks, if you want to learn more on this and how to legally get around high income taxes and how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.